Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator and the Rove, and a new official bush trip. Yes, it's Sardinia, the Sardinia tour. The island of Sardinia is an autonomous region of Italy located to the south and west of the Italian peninsula. The second largest island in the Mediterranean, Sardinia, with the island of Corsica to its north, forms the western boundary of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Although part of Italy, Sardinia is actually slightly closer to the African continental landmass than it is to that of Europe, with its southern extremity just 115 miles north of Tunisia. Sardinia is renowned for its variety of natural environments, which includes coastlines, forests, plains and mountains, many of which are relatively pristine. Approximately 1.6 million people live in Sardinia, the two largest cities being Cagliari, the capital of the region, and Sassari. For many decades, agriculture and sheep farming formed the core of Sardinia's economy. Today, while the island is home to roughly 4 million sheep, the dominant industries include tourism, finance, and information technology. The Sardinia tour provides an exceptional window into the whole of the island, with a route that both transects its interior and follows its dramatic coastline. The tour begins just to the northwest of Cagliari at Decimo Manu Air Base, LIED. From there, it heads northwest to begin a clockwise circumnavigation of Sardinia. The itinerary includes sections along coasts on the west, north, east and south, many of which feature sheer cliffs rising directly out of the water. The flight passes over the island's highlands in the east, home to Sardinia's highest point, Punta la Marmora, and vast swathes of forest. The journey also includes cities large and small, and tiny remote villages. It comes to an end at Cagliari Elmas Airport, LIEE, after visiting Cagliari. 585 kilometers, 2 hours, 37 minutes, 4 legs, first leg, Decimo Manu to Fertilia. Let's go. Right, I don't even know what kind of plane we're in. One of these. Ah, it's one of thems. All right, let's go. It's the first leg, so the purple line will be our friend. But otherwise, we want 322 for 6 minutes 40. Once we're in the air. Oh, we're already ready to go. It has gears, it has gears. What a cute little plane. Alright, 322 for 640. Let's start the clock. And we're going to Santo Inguio. Santo Inguio. Lift into the sky from Decimo Manu Air Base and head to the northwest, beginning the tour of little-known Sardinia, an island rich in vast panorama and history. The city of Santo Inguio, which traces its historical roots to medieval times, lies just a short distance over the rolling terrain of this part of the island. Fascinating. Alright, Sardinia. Home of the Sardinian Sardines Football Club. Possibly. Well, you kind of just made that up, if that wasn't obvious. Alright, so what does leveling off look like in this plane? Let's try 0%. If it will let me. Click, 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 click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5! 5 to get out of 1%. Alright, well, we've done 1 minute of 6. And at 0%, we're still climbing. So let's try minus 0%. Still climbing, basically. Alright. Where will it level off to? We were plus 900 vertical speed. Now we're at 200, okay, so still more. Minus 1%. Still climbing. Minus 2%. Still climbing, minus 3%. Might actually be descending now. Minus 150. Back to 0 plus 140. Alright, well. 190, 100. Okay, that's probably about right. Let's just leave it there for the time being. How are we doing? 3 minutes done. Now, I did mention that there was Cagliari, and then the other big city was Samasi. That's just up here, just according to my little map here. Literally just to front and right. Doesn't look like there's a big city here. Was it? Maybe it wasn't Samasi. Maybe it was something slightly different. It wasn't one I'd heard of. Can't possibly. Samasi is just a tiny little village, so it must have been something else. I've already forgotten what the intro said. I was too busy reading it out to actually pay attention to it. You know how this shit goes. We're in the farming district. Hey, 322. We want 322. There we go. Sardinia. Ah, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it just lovely? Very stable little plane, although maybe there's just not that much wind on this bush trip. Sicily was just wind gusting central. And looks like we've got a much calmer weather now. I need to get back into the plane because I can see that my plane's heading in the wrong direction. It's probably one of these ones where we have to do the fuel left and right. Possibly. Do we have any left-right fuel gauges? No, we've just got one fuel gauge. So oh, hang on, there is left-right and fuel though. It doesn't tell me what left and right gauges are. Okay. Well, that's something you kind of need if it's got left and right fuel tanks, surely. Alas, we've got nothing. All right, we've just about hit 6 minutes. I don't see anything called Santo Ingiu on my map here. This big town in front of us is San Gavino Monreale. Monreale. So I don't know what's going on. We'll just have to rely on the purple arrow. Because we've nearly done our 6 minutes 40. Interesting. Absolutely nothing around here called Santo Ingiu. Purple arrow. Oh well, the next turn is actually 321. So we're moving 1 degree to the left. I guess it's possible the purple arrow's already... There we go, 321 just now. Dude! Right over San Gariino Monreale, so yeah. Don't know what you're pointing at. Whoever made this. We're going 321 for 527. 537 to Taralba. Continue on course after passing over Santo Ingiu, using motorway SS126 as a guide to the town of Taralba, which lies just inland of the Gulf of Roristano. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Surely that was obvious from the beginning. Definitely still gaining height, so let's try -4%. There we go. Now, SS126 is over on the left here. It's actually quite a fair bit over towards that town there. It's in fact even further than that town. Probably out over there where those windmills are. How can I use SS126 as a guide? Even following the purple arrow, we're lost. Dude, how do they come up with this stuff? This below us is not SS126 according to my map. In fact, according to my map, there's no road below us, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Bing Maps and Google Maps don't agree at all when it comes to Sardinia. Absolutely nothing, although I do see Terralba up ahead. We are heading directly towards it, even though the SS126 comes straight out south from it. So, yeah, we would need to be a good 10 kilometers to the left right now if we were following SS126. Not, it looks like -4% is pretty much spot on. Perfect. Pretty much spot on perfect. Maybe, well, yeah, look, we're looking fine. Maybe descending a bit more than we're ascending, but hey, fair enough. Close enough. Good enough. I'll allow it. This town just ahead, I think, is Terralba. Possibly, yeah. And there's a town just to its south called San Nicolo da Garcidano. And that's the one just above my left wing now. And right in front of our nose is Terralba. Still no sign of the SS126. Not going to get near that road until we're at Terralba. Silly instructions. What are you talking about? Go back to -3-ish, maybe 3.5. Two 3 dashes into 3, into -3. Because yeah, we are definitely now descending more than ascend. And I'll not have it. Here we go. This is the mythical town of Terralba. And that must be the Gulf of Oristano off in the distance. Oh, what a lovely gulf. Big town, lovely big town. Let's get a good look at you, Terralba. You sound like a gun from Destiny. Lovely. Lovely little place, isn't it? Look at it. No football field or anything though. There we go. Time to turn. Almost exactly spot on. 5:35 and we wanted 5:37. So 3:48 for 5:15. we go to Oristano. Lie just west of due north to Oristano, the capital of the province of Oristano. The city lies on the coast of the Gulf of Oristano, just north of a large circular wetland, Stagno di Santa Guista. Wow, that's a lot of Oristanos going on. This way. And just fields and fields and fields off to our left here. Just tons of it. In fact, in the middle of it, a town called Arborea. Doesn't that mean foresty? They had a town called Forest, and then they cut it down and replaced it with fields? Dude. Just below it's a canal of some sort. I thought it was a rail line for a minute there, but no. It is some kind of waterway. Brilliant. Just brilliant. All these fields. So many fields. Ah, there we go. I see Oristano on the map. Yes, yes, and this is the large circular wetland. The Stagno di Santa Guista. Oh, brilliant. And Oristano has a Lidl, of course. Everyone seems to have a Lidl somewhere. Oh, these bloody Lidls. So where exactly... So this little town to the right of this water is Santa Guista. And then Oristano just sort of blends out of it into being a rather large town on the north side of this waterway. Fascinating. And there's a beach over there called Martini Beach. Give me the goddamn martini, shaken, not stirred. And I'll have it on the beach. With a little umbrella. Thank you. Waddams. Molten Waddams. Alright, we've done 4 minutes of 5. And this is basically Oristano ahead of us. Big industrial area or something over near the water. Bit odd. A little bit odd if you ask me. You'd think that'd be a spot for people to enjoy and frolic by the waterside. But no, industry has taken over. And they're probably polluting that water. Boo, said the people. Boo. But there was nothing that could be done. What you got here, Oristano? What you got? Couple of fields, couple of football fields at least. Some other kind of field there. Doing some weird stuff. nearly done our time, but again, first leg of the bush trip, we must follow our Lord and Savior, the Hypno Line. Thank you, Hypno Line. Waiting 18 degrees for 10 minutes 47. On our way to Marcoma. Turn into a north-northeast course, heading inland, staying to the left of motorway SS131 to reach the town Macoma, a region used extensively for sheep grazing. I've gone too far. 18 degrees, thanks very much. Sheeps. Let's go visit the sheeps. My apologies if you could hear that sneezing. My terribly unprofessional of me, but alas, recording this live. Everything. I ain't cutting shit out. It's all part of the charm. All part of the verisimilitude, if that even is a word. It is a word, whether that even applies to this, you know, the veracity, the truthfulness of it. Where you going, plane? Plane. I let go of the controller for half a second. Half a second, plane, and you're off. Get back here. I'll not have it. This recalcitrance. This ill discipline. No, 10 minutes. We've done, well, 11 minutes really. We've done 2. We've done 2. All this to see some sheeps, which we won't even see some sheeps. Unless there were a lot of sheeps on the day that the aerial photography was taken, and then maybe you might be able to make out some sheeps. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. You'd think some of these fields like below us would have animals photographed on them, surely. What's this? What's this below us? A racetrack of some sort. A racetrack, a go-kart track or something. What we got down here? Below us, Tramazza, and over on the right there off the freeway, which is the SS131, so you know, fair play to you, bush trip designer. And Bauladu. Hello, Bauladu. How's it going? Not much to you, but oh, it looks like a cool little village. Look at that. Little sort of old town centre and sort of up on a bit of a hill. Ah, it's lovely, I'm sure. And now into the nothing lands. Oh, there's a bit of a town over there on the hill. What would that be? Bonacado, maybe? Otherwise, looks like we're heading into the deep dark forest. Just trim up a bit. I feel like we're getting a bit close to the ground. A slow gradient up here. We could just very casually almost end up on the ground this way. So we'll try and gain a little bit of height. Just for the hell of it. Just for the halibut. Alright, well, while staying to the left of the motorway. The motorway has gone off to our right now, so it's doing its own thing. It's living its own life. Goodbye, SS whatever you were, 131. Our time together was short, but wonderful. Five minutes done. 6 minutes to go. Relax and chill. Where are we going? Marcoma. Alright, the Margom. Farmhouse down there. Oh, ain't it cute? Are we high enough? Question mark. Not sure really. Might just, you know, give it a little bit more. Again, this sort of really gradual slope that we're heading in towards, just, it concerns me. It concerns me that it'd be like a frog boiling if we do the water slowly boiling, you know? Won't actually notice it. Which is apparently a total myth. I mean, obviously the frog will eventually realise it's too hot to get out of the water. The Chiesa di Sant'Agostino Church, just in front of us here somewhere. Important enough to show up on the Google map here. By the way, we're meant to be doing 18 degrees, and I'm doing 25. Because of malpractice, whatever you want to call it. Not being professional. Potato flying skills. Call them what you will. The church is over to our right a little bit, actually. So that's some kind of big building below us. We're already very heavy on the right, so let's move our fuel. Which way does it turn? Like that? No, like that. There we go. But again, we've got fuel quantity over here. But it doesn't tell me left. Oh, it does tell me left or right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it does. The little arrows. Okay, fair enough. I'll take it all back. It does tell me what each fuel tank has. I was expecting two separate gauges, but it's one gauge with two arrows. Efficient. Very efficient. Oh, I think we can level off now. What was it? 3%? Some sort of 3%. I mean, there's 5 gradations to 3%. You just can't see it. The thing's not precise enough. Which I think is a bit annoying. Oh look, there's Marcoma on the map. We've done 9 minutes. Yeah, another couple of minutes. It's this big town at the base of the mountain here. Which means we're... Well, no, actually we're heading correctly towards it. Just spread out quite a bit to the left. Let's head this way anyway. Well, let's go have a look at Marcoma. Well, let's see if we can see any sheeps. Where are the sheeps at? Possibly sheeps in some of these pictures, but maybe they're not white sheep, maybe they're green. Alas, they are camouflaged. It's just, you'd think you know, you think there'd be a flock of sheep in at least one of the fields that got caught by the photos, you know? There'd be a little white ball of fluffy things, surely. And yet, nothing, just grass. Maybe the algorithm gets rid of it somehow, or turns it into a building or something. Alas, there are no sheeps. Alright, well this is the Zona Industriale Torsiglio, and then over here we've got Marcoma. A rather large town, is it not? Very nice. So go have a visit. Well, look, I'm about to do 1047, 1044, 1045, 1046, 1047, purple line? No. Wants nothing to do with it. We were climbing for a bit there, so we would have been slightly slower, I guess, but... Anyway, this is the edge of Marcoma. Again, I think the algorithm's done some weird stuff here. I don't really think all the buildings are that long. It's probably a bunch of little buildings all bunched up together. There we go. Now we want 322 for 423. On our way to Pozzo Maggiore. Turn to the northwest and parallel motorway SP44 to reach the village of Pozzo Maggiore, a town with an equestrian heritage dating back centuries. What's this? Something's very odd there. Oh no, maybe it does look like it is a big building. Those are like air conditioning things and stuff. Wow. Headquarters of the Illuminati. Pozzo Maggiore. Maggiore. Yes. There's no L. I'm adding an L when there is no L. Pozzo Maggiore. Parallel the motorway. Well, there is an E25 motorway just to our right, but we're not paralleling to Pozzo Maggiore. Lies. Yet again, there are lies. SP44. There's no such thing. Where are the shapes? I don't see no shapes. Or horses. Equestrian heritage. In a video game. Simulation. What do they take us for? Fools? I think just below that little sort of triangular hill there, we can sort of see a town coming into view. I think that's Pozzo Maggiore. Possibly. We've done 2.5 minutes of 4.5 minutes. Yes, definitely. Surely. Surely it must be. How could it not be? Enjoying this plane. It's very very responsive. I think it might almost be like an acrobat plane. Not sure. It's nice anyway. It's nice. We'll see how we go when we land. That's the real test. See how floaty it is. I don't do well with floaty planes. I misjudge things. Actually, I think this is the plane that has, it does, stalling speed 29 knots. What's landing speed? Never to exceed speed 165. Maneuvering speed, max speed gear down 81 knots. 65. So 65 knots is basically landing. Interesting, interesting. And this is Poso Maggiore. Hello. Oh, you have a football field. Poso Maggiore Wolverines football club. Bit far from the sea to be sardines. I mean, obviously they're Sardinians, but they're not sardines. Again, not such long buildings. What is going on? Algorithm, algorithm, you have failed us. Purple line has not, however. Purple line lead us to victory. 309 for 333. We'll reset our clock. Lago dell'Alto Temo. Parallel motorway SS292. Yeah, we're kind of heading towards that. I'll agree with that. To the northwest of Poso Maggiore to reach Lago dell'Alto Temo, a large reservoir in the highlands of the area. A large reservoir, you say? In the highlands of the area? What are you talking about? What foolishness is this? So it's Del Alto Temo Lake. Del Alto Temo Lago. Congratulations, I made you a song, Lake. I hope you like it, fool. That must be it there, where we could, there's some water there. It must be it. Because we've done 1 and a bit minutes, we've got another 2 minutes to go, so yeah, must be it, right? Surely. Surely. Hello, are you Lake? Are you Lake della Alto Temo? Hello, question mark? Lovely to see you if you are. Yes, you must be. You must be. Actually quite a snaky little lake all through this little area according to my map here. Goes back around over that hill. Oh look, this town's, I thought this town was on the other side of the lake. No, it's up on top of this hill here. Bro, that's Monte Leone Roccadoria. Look at you little village. Up on a hill. Oh, that'd be such an awesome place to visit. Look at that, looking out over the highlands and the lake. Fields, grasslands, big cliffs. Ah, dude. Magnificent. I love it. According to my timer, we've still got 30 seconds to go, so, but we're already over the lake, I hear you ask. There's still more lake over here, I guess. Purple arrow is the arbiter, the guide, the shepherd. Boom. Now a few seconds early, but close enough, close enough. Now we want 294 for 5 minutes and 4 seconds. And not 1 second more. Algejo. Continue to the northwest, rejoining the coast at Algero, a city that was settled in prehistoric times and subsequently used over the centuries by a people of a number of civilizations, notably the Phoenicians due to its strategic position in the Mediterranean Sea. What is this English, bro? Subsequently used over the centuries by a people of a number of civilizations. By the peoples of a number of civilizations? Dude. By a people. What's this town? Villanove Monteleone. The new town of Monteleone. And the other one on the hill was Monteleone Roccadoria. What kind of, I don't know what Doria means. Some rock is probably rock. And Monteleone is, or Mount Leone. And is Leone like Leon, which is also Lion? Lion Mountain? And this is the new town of Lion Mountain? Not sure. I think I might be stretching my language skills a bit far there. The rubber band is broken. Ah, I see a lake. Oh yes, down on the water. Down on the water. Next to the sea. Beautiful. What? My singing's not beautiful. The landscape is beautiful. Excellent, excellent. What's our fuel like now? Yeah, they've almost joined up. I think the trick is to use the right tank as much as possible, because at the beginning of each leg it defaults back to the left tank. So, yeah, probably better off to land with less fuel in the right tank, and then don't have to change anything for that leg. Finding the laziest way of doing things? Yes, correct. That's how I do things. Anyway, looks like Algero, which is certainly not how it's pronounced in the slightest. Down here, it's pretty big. Looks pretty big. I think those lines we can see in the sea there are a harbour. Algero harbour. Lovely. Looks like a great place. Looking out over the sea, got the mountains behind us. Big open plains full of fields and farms and sheeps and horses. Life. Don't talk to me about life. It's too beautiful. Alright, we've done 3:38 of 5 minutes and 4 seconds. The next leg's just 2 minutes, or the next segment, on our way out to Fertilia, which is a town I can see just to the north of this bay, and that seems to be where the airport is. So, probably can do with a little bit more losing of height. Just briefly, as we arrive here at Algero. To get ready to go to the airport and land, if we can manage it. I'm not seeing an airport, and because I haven't scrolled my navlog, I can't quite see the picture. I can see the top of it, and definitely these mountains are there somewhere. Is that an airport over there? Could be. That could be it over to the right there. Definitely looks airport-ish. Anyway, we should be changing. There we go, purple arrow. And there we go. So we went 340 for 2 minutes. Fertilia. Continue north-northwest and land at Alghero Airport, LIEA, just outside of Alghero. Yeah, that is definitely the airport there, because I'm looking at it and those hills are in the background and the water, yeah. Have I got wind somewhere? If I do, I don't know where it is. Oh well, we're landing this way. We're landing away from the hills. Let's slow it down. Let's get into landing mode. Get our flaps down and everything. If we can. Not entirely sure we can. Why? Come on, plane. Come on. Let's start getting some speed off. Please. Please. We need to get to 65 knots for the flappies. What was the gear? Gear down 81 knots. Okay, so we can get our gear down. That'll slow us down a bit. Oi, look at this plane in front of us. Look at this nerd. Get out of here. Get him out of here. Oi. Oi. With your red dot. Yeah, get your red dot bullshit out of here. Alright, we're going to have to force the issue. We need to get to 65 knots so that we can get the flaps down. There we go. There we go. We can start heading towards the runway now. Wow, haven't got much speed to work with here. We're almost at stall speed. Anyway, looking pretty good actually. Looking pretty good. Not too floaty. Not too floaty. I like that. I'm not a fan of the ones that just won't get out of the air. Well, I need more practice with them. I don't use that kind of plane too often. My DA-62 is different. This plane feels more like the DA-62 than the X-Cub or even the Cessna 172, which is a bit floaty. It's a bit floaty. Although I'm saying that, this is quite the glide right now. Quite the lovely glide. Fertilia. What a great name. Imagine living in Fertilia. Alright. Don't really need to put any power on, I don't think. I think we're going to be Gucci. Get some flaring going. See how easy it is to land this sucker. Oh, it's a beautiful plane. I love it. I love it. I love you, plane. I love you. We will be best friends forever. So long as the bush trip registers. Which it has, like a glove. It was leg one of the Sardinian tour. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir. Goodbye.